I never believed in ghost stories. Not really. I thought they were just that stories. Tales you tell around a campfire to give each other a cheap thrill. But that all changed the day I went to Mussara. I still don't know what I was looking for. Maybe just a bit of adventure. A break from the noise of the city. I'd heard whispers about this abandoned village, perched high in the mountains of Tarragona, a place shrouded in fog and mystery. They said it was a ghost town, but I just laughed it off. An old, empty village. That's all. How scary could that be? I wish I could go back to that moment, to that naive person who thought he knew everything. I wish I could warn him. The drive up was beautiful, the winding road cutting through pine forests. But the closer I got, the more the air seemed to change. It grew heavy, silent. The birds stopped singing. By the time I saw the first crumbling stone houses, the thick, unnatural fog had rolled in, swallowing everything. It was mid-afternoon, but it felt like twilight. The village was a collection of ruins, skeletal remains of what was once a community. Roofs had caved in, walls were covered in moss, and a profound silence hung over everything. It wasn't the peaceful quiet of nature. It was an oppressive, watchful silence. I got out of my car and the cold hit me, a damp chill that went straight to my bones, even though it wasn't a cold day. Strolling down the main street, my footsteps echoed eerily against the stone. I passed the remains of the old church, Sant Salvador. Its bell tower still stood, a lonely finger pointing at the gray sky. People say that if you walk around the church 7 times, you disappear. I didn't try it. I wasn't that brave, or that stupid, but as I stood there, looking at the boarded-up entrance, I felt it. A distinct, undeniable feeling of being watched. He spun around. But there was nothing, just the fog, the ruins, and the silence. My heart started pounding in my chest. I told myself it was just my imagination, the spooky atmosphere getting to me. I took a deep breath and kept walking. I found a large, flat stone near the edge of the village, known locally as the Stone of the Six. Legend says it was used for ancient rituals. I brushed off some leaves and sat down, trying to collect my thoughts. I pulled out my phone to take a picture, but the screen was dead. Strange. It had been fully charged. I then checked my watch. It had stopped. A shiver ran down my spine. It was probably just the cold. Some weird, magnetic interference. That's what I told myself. But then I heard it. A sound. Faint at first, like a whisper carried on the wind. It grew louder, clearer. It sounded like voices, a chorus of them, murmuring in a language I couldn't understand. They seemed to be coming from all around me, from the empty houses, from the ground beneath my feet. My rational mind was screaming at me to leave, to run back to the car and get out of there. But I was frozen, paralyzed by a mix of terror and a morbid curiosity. I wanted to see what was making the noise. I peered into the fog, my eyes straining. And that's when I saw them. Vague, shadowy figures moving in the mist. They were hazy, indistinct, like smudges of charcoal against the gray backdrop. They drifted between the ruined buildings, silent and wraithful. They didn't seem to have faces, just dark shapes that moved with a purpose I couldn't comprehend. I wasn't just seeing things, tease was real. My blood ran cold, and a primal fear took hold of me. A fear I'd never known before. I finally broke free from my paralysis and scrambled to my feet. I didn't look back. I just ran. I sprinted through the deserted street, my lungs burning, the disembodied voices swirling around me. The fog was so thick I could barely see a few feet ahead. I stumbled over loose stones, my only thought to get back to the car. The village felt like a maze. Streets that seemed straight before now felt twisted and confusing. It felt like I was running in circles. For a horrifying moment, I thought I was trapped, that I'd never find my way out. The ruins seemed to mock me, their empty windows like hollow eyes, watching my panic. It felt like the village itself was alive, a predator playing with its prey. Then, through a break in the fog, I saw it, the glint of my car. I've never felt such a wave of relief. I fumbled for my keys, my hands shaking so badly I could barely get the key in the lock. The moment I was inside, I slammed the door and locked it. I didn't care about my phone or my watch. I just jammed the key in the ignition and prayed the engine would start. It sputtered once, twice, and then roared to life. I didn't wait. I slammed the car into reverse, spun around, and sped down the mountain road, not daring to look in my rearview mirror until the fog of La Mussara was far verbane me. The silence in the car was deafening after the chaos of the village. When I was far enough away, Primera pulled over, my whole body trembling. I took out my phone again. It turned on. The screen lit up, showing a full battery. And my watch, it was ticking perfectly. The time was correct. It was as if nothing had happened. But the most chilling part, I checked the date. It was the next day. An entire day had passed. I had lost 24 hours in that village. I have no memory of what happened during that time. There's a black hole in my mind, a void of lost hours spent in that cursed place. What happened to me? Did I wander around in a daze? Was I taken somewhere? I have no answers, only a deep, gnawing fear that has never left me. I later learned about the stories, about Enrique Martinez, the man who vanished there in 1991 while picking mushrooms with friends. They turned around and he was just gone. They never found him. I heard about the UFO sightings, the strange lights in the sky reported by pilots. They call a Mussara one of the vertices of a magnetic triangle, a gateway to another dimension. They talk about the zone, a place where time and space behave differently. I don't know what to believe. I'm a rational person, or at least I used to be. But I know what I saw. I know what I felt. And I know I lost a day of my life up on that mountain. I've never gone back. I never will. Sometimes, late at night, when the house is quiet, I can still hear those whispers in the back of my mind. I see the shadowy figures moving in the fog when I close my eyes. La Mussara isn't just a ghost town. It's a wound on the face of the world, a place where the veil between our reality and something else. Istin? I went there looking for a story, and I found one. But it's a story that now haunts me. So if you ever hear the call of La Mussara, if you're ever tempted by its mystery, please take my advice. Turn back. Some places are better left alone. Some secrets are not meant to be uncovered. Thank you for listening. Stay safe. Out there.